Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another cooking episode with me here at home. For tonight's dish, we're gonna be switching out away from my traditional, Filipino dishes that I usually cook. For tonight, I'll be switching out to a popular Korean dish, and this dish will be beef bulgogi, guys. So yeah, so tonight I'm not really gonna cook it, but I'm gonna show you guys to marinate the this dish. And what I usually do is I try to marinate this dish for like 24 hours because not only that brings all the flavoring in the meat, but also it will kind of like help out tenderize the meat in a way. In that way, when we do the pan searing, it's gonna be like really tender from there. But this dish, guys, requires you to actually use more, the tender part of the beef, either like sirloin or the plank steak, or any other, part that you think that it's easy to, like tenderize. And the other secret to this one is how you thinly slice the meat as well. In that way, when you sear it, it's gonna be like really tender from there. So that's like the whole point of doing bulgogi. Of course, besides the ingredients that I'm about to show it to you guys. So like always, guys, we'll go through the ingredients on how I marinate this one, and then uh, tomorrow I'm gonna show you guys on how I pan sear it. Like, cause like what I said, I usually like marinate this one for like a day. Or if you guys on a time constraint, you guys can definitely what do you call it? Do it for like couple hours. But marinate your meat, guys. That's the whole point. Marinate your meat in that way you can get all the flavoring in there. So, but anyways, guys, let's do it. And we'll go through the ingredients. All right, guys. Here's my ingredients on my version of a beef bulgogi. So as you guys can see, I have a thinly sliced of beef in here. If you guys can cut it more thinner than this, guys, go for it. But for me, I feel like once you marinate this one overnight, then it should be good to sear it the next day. Because like what I said, marinating kind of like helps out break the meat in that way. It will be more tender when you like pan sear it, the next day, just like what I'm about to do right here. And then we'll go through the some of the vegetable in here. So I have ginger, guys. I got garlic, 2 cloves of garlic in there. I also have chopped onions, and then I have a brown sugar. Probably have 3 tablespoonful of brown sugar in there, and then a little bit of what do you call it, ground pepper. And then of course I'm going to be using a pear for this marination. If you guys cannot have a pear, I know like online it calls for like those Asian one, like the brown, kind of like dark browning coloring of the skin. But this one will do as well, guys. Any pear will do, in my opinion. And if you guys cannot find a pear, then a sweet apple sometimes it's what being used. And then for the rest of the ingredients, we're gonna be using a soy sauce. I'm also gonna be using oyster sauce for put more flavoring in there. And also I'm gonna be using a white vinegar, because the vinegar, the acidity in there. Not only I'm looking for the little bit of acidity in there, guys, but the acid there kind of like helps, like what I said, tenderize the beef as well. But I know some people, they'll probably use the mirin wine or the rice wine, but this one, in my opinion, works great for me as well. And then we're gonna be using sesame oil for more flavoring. So that's all the ingredients that I have, guys, on how I create this beef bulgogi. So now what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna be preparing the pear on our next step. All right, guys. So I'm just gonna peel the skin of this pear that I have. I'm gonna show you guys one, and that way you guys can see on how I do it. Or if you guys can find the one that are canned, like the Del Monte one, you guys can use that one as well. Yeah, this will add more of the sweetness and the unique flavoring on your beef bulgogi. So I got that one peeled. So I'm just gonna remove the stem in there, and then what I do is cut right in the middle, and then cut it again, and then kind of like remove the bone. I'm not the bone, but the seeds in there. So I'll do the same thing with this. And then we're gonna slice it like we're gonna kind of like just slice it out. In that way we get like all the flavoring in there. It's really up to you guys how you guys want to do it, but at least like kind of like cut it like small pieces in there. In that way you can get all the juices of the pear. So that's just how I do it, guys. And then what I do is of course we're gonna mix it up on our meat with the rest of the ingredients, of course. But that's how I do it. Or what some people do is they put this one, they put all the ingredients on a blender and then they kind of like blend it in there, guys. But for me, I feel like just cutting it into small pieces should do the trick as well, because we're gonna do one overnight. But if you guys are in a rush, then of course you guys can do the blending, in that way you can easily incorporate all the flavoring in there. But yeah, no need on my marination. All right, guys. I just finished slicing the two pears that I have into like small pieces, as you guys can see right in here. So now let's incorporate all the ingredients now, the rest of the ingredients. So I can start with the. It doesn't really matter which one you guys gonna put first, but I'll start with the brown sugar and then a little bit of pepper in there, and then we can mix the what do you call it? The garlic, the minced garlic that I had, and then also the minced ginger. And then I also have the chopped onions here. And then now we're gonna start adding the sauces. But for this amount of meat, guys, I'll probably gonna use half a cup of soy sauce. In that way we can really incorporate all the flavoring in there. And then a little bit of what do you call it, oyster sauce, just to add more flavoring. I would say like maybe a quarter of a cup or a third. It's really up to you guys. So that should be good. And then for my white wine or vinegar, I'm gonna use this measuring cup. I'm gonna use a quarter of this, so half of this cup right here. Okay. And then the sesame oil, like what I said in my past video, if you guys are using the pure extract sesame oil, just kind of like be careful, because this one brings a lot of flavoring. So I only have a little in there, so I'm probably gonna pour the whole thing in there just to get the actual flavoring that I'm looking every time I create this Korean dish. I'm just gonna close everything, put it on the side, and then what I do from here is Of course, we're gonna mix it up, get all the ingredients in there. Make sure our meat will, get all the ingredients that we just incorporated on our marination. And like what I said, the marination kind of helps out break down the meat as well. In that way, tomorrow when we sear this one, pan sear it. So I'm just gonna do a pan searing. This one will be like really tender and all. Yeah, like what I said, guys. The secret for a beef bulgogi is how you marinate the beef and how thinly slice your beef in terms of cuts. In that way, like what I said, it's like really tenderized and all like that. So I'm just gonna make sure all the flavoring gets in there. And then what I do is I'm actually gonna transfer this one here, guys, like on a large bag like this one, and seal it. In that way, the flavor really locks on our meat. So I'm just gonna transfer that one here. Yeah, I'm just gonna transfer everything, guys, as you guys can see. And like what I said, tomorrow I'm gonna show you guys on how to of course, like, create the side dish and maybe some of the garnishing that you guys can use on your beef bulgogi. But first, I'm gonna marinate this one overnight, put it in my fridge, and then we'll continue the process tomorrow. All right, guys. It's been like I'll say like more than 24 hours since we marinated our beef bulgogi, and we put it on this Ziploc bag. So now we're about to do a pan searing. So this is the pan that I'm gonna be using. We're gonna heat it up, and then I'm just gonna put a little bit of olive oil. Like what I said, I love using olive oil on any beef that I cook. I just like the flavoring that the olive oil brings on the meat. So that's what we're gonna be using. Like what I said, we're gonna be doing we're gonna sear it on both sides. I'll say like sear the meat. I would probably like around 2 to 3 minutes on each side. And then we're gonna be doing high heat as well. That's how I do my beef bulgogi every time I sear it on a pan. So we just want to make sure that it's really hot, our pan. All right, let's go start it. That marination that we used yesterday, guys, you can smell it right away as soon as you lay the meat on the pan. Yeah, like what I said, we're gonna sear it for like 2 to 3 minutes, high heat. All right, now I'm gonna flip it on the other side. Yeah, 2 to 3 minutes, guys, should be enough, or should be good to sear this meat, or any bulgogi meat that you will use. And then we're gonna do the same on the other side, 2 to 3 minutes. Yeah, and then after this, guys, it's all about like plating. So I'm gonna show you guys as well on how I plate the bulgogi. All right, guys, that should be good. Now we're gonna just remove the meat. That way we're not gonna burn it. Then, like what I said, I'm gonna show you guys on how I plate this beef bulgogi. Alright, guys, we're also gonna be cook a little bit of mushroom here for our side dish. So I'm just gonna, I got oil in there, I'm just gonna put it in there. And then we're just gonna season it a little bit of pepper. A little bit of salt, and then a little bit of oyster sauce, just to give them a little bit of flavor. Yeah, we're gonna also include this one in our side dish when we do our plating. Should be good. Now we'll start our plating. Alright, guys, here's how I do the plating for the beef bulgogi. So of course we have our beef here, so we're just gonna line it up on one side. Should be good. And then what I do is I'll put the green onions there, and then I'm also gonna do the sesame seed, and then we're gonna do a little bit of this cucumber, julienne cut. then a little bit of the carrots as well, same cut. And then the mushroom. So we'll do we also do mushroom. Let me use a spoon. And then for my dressing on my cucumber, guys, and the carrots, I have balsamic and just brown sugar on this one. So just a little bit of flavoring. So we're just gonna cover that one, put a little bit of flavoring in there. And then there you go, guys. That's gonna do our plating for our beef bulgogi Korean dish. Alright guys, so that's gonna do our cooking episode. You know, this time we did switch to you know, a different you know, cultural dish. So we kind of like went to like a Korean easy bulgogi dish, and that's how I just do it, guys. And hopefully you did learn something new again. If this is something new, hopefully you guys give it a try. But I'm pretty sure you guys are very familiar with this one. Maybe the way I do this one is maybe a little bit different, but the concept, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the same, guys. But anyways, guys, thank you again for watching all our videos, you know, for the support and for the likes and, you know, the comments. Like what I said, guys, I'll definitely gonna share more of this one every time I do some cooking, because this is like one of those things that I'm, you know, like really passionate about, and I will love to share all the tricks that I have, you know, throughout the years that I've been cooking. But anyway, guys, thank you again. Like what I said, I'll definitely see you guys on our next family adventure where we're out and about. We're also gonna take you guys, and the next time we'll be cooking some delicious dishes. But for now, guys, I say good night, peace out, and then I'll see you guys on our next show. Bye for now.